Hey everyone, so with the season winding down, I wanted to take a look at the top penalty minute guys for this season, and specifically just looking at the players that have 100 or more penalty minutes. And there's only 7 guys right now with 100 or more penalty minutes. I realize that number can change because there's still a few games left, and there's a couple guys that could get there. Alex Petrovic is the closest from Florida. He has 98, so there's a fairly good chance that he gets to 100 this season. But I really don't see really only one or two more guys getting there, and other than that, that'll be it. So 7 guys this year. That number could end up being like 8 or 9, but that's still a big drop off from last year, which had 14 players get to 100 penalty minutes, and the year before that had 17. So the number of 100 penalty minute guys is decreasing, and that shouldn't be a surprise if you watch the NHL. There's a lot less physicality now, and a lot less animosity between the teams, and there's definitely a downside to that, as a lot of the games end up being pretty boring. But let's look at the guys so far who have made it to 100. Michael Haley leads the way with 212. We haven't seen 200 penalty minutes in a while. He made it there, and he has 22 fights this year. So, a good chunk of those penalty minutes come from fights. Haley plays old school hockey, in a league that doesn't play a lot of old school hockey. He's really one of a kind left in the NHL, and it's good to see him still in the league, and he has to play that way to stay in the NHL. So, but Haley's been far and away the penalty minute leader and the fight leader this season. Next is Tom Wilson from Washington. He has 187 penalty minutes, 13 fights, so a good chunk of that's from fights. There's also some misconduct and stuff in there, which really help to rack up your minutes. Antoine Roussel, 126 penalty minutes. He only has 6 fights on the year, so only 30 of his penalty minutes are fighting majors, which means he has almost 100 penalty minutes from non-fights, meaning minors and misconduct. So Roussel is definitely a big penalty minute guy and doesn't have to fight a lot to get there. Roussel if Roussel fought, 13, 14, 15 times a year, he would be up near the 200 mark with Michael Haley, but he doesn't fight that much. Austin Watson, he's at 113. He has 7 fights this year, so he's really become Nashville's tough guy, and with McLeod gone, even with McLeod there for the second half of last season, he had a lot of fights last year. A lot less fights this year, only 7, but still, leading the way penalty minute wise in Nashville. Dustin Byfuglien, he has 112 penalty minutes, but only 2 fights, so only 10 of those penalty minutes are from fights. The rest come from somewhere else. Byfuglien takes a lot of minors. He also have a bit of a temper, so there are misconducts in there as well. Cody McLeod, he has 111 penalty minutes, 13 fights this year. He's tied with Wilson for second in the league. So a good chunk of those penalty minutes come from fights. And lastly, someone who just went over the 100 penalty minute mark is Nikita Zadorov in Colorado. He's at 103, and he has 3 fights on the season, and it was actually he just fought recently and to go over the 100 penalty minute mark. So those are the guys so far that have reached 100 penalty minutes. Those are the penalty minute leaders for the season. I think Alex Petrovic will get added to that list eventually, because I don't think he's going to go the rest of the season without getting any penalty minutes. But it is possible. And then there's another couple guys. I know Zach Cassian's at 90. Someone else is in the 90 range. But that I really don't see that many more getting added to that list. So the number of 100 penalty minute guys keeps going down. The amount of physicality in games keeps going down. The amount of fighting keeps going down. And I think I don't like that direction for the league. I'm not saying it has to be, a gong show like the 80s were, where you had, fight rates over one per game, but I think hockey's gotten a little too soft in the last couple of years. So that's just what I think. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Help spread the word about this channel. Follow on social media. Links in the description. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys soon.